Luna Blackwood had been tormenting me since we were kids. She was a wild, unruly girl. She always called me little brother and forced hugs, kisses, and embraces on me. She seemed to have no boundaries. Years later, when I entered university, she had transformed into a renowned campus beauty. She was quiet, elegant, noble, and aloof. She was like a goddess, embodying all the ideal feminine qualities, the dream girl in every male student's heart. I thought she had truly changed, but when we were alone, I discovered that her true nature remained the same. No one else knew how wild she could be, how unpleasant the smell of her feet was inside the white stockings she loved to wear, or how much it hurt when she kicked me. The freshman ceremony, hosted by East University's Campus Beauty, was about to begin. On stage, the star of the show made her entrance. A graceful figure in a pure white dress slowly approached, smiling brightly. Every gesture exuded charm. All the male students cheered. So beautiful. This is East University's Campus Beauty, the pure goddess. I had studied so hard to get good grades, hoping to meet someone as beautiful and intelligent as her. Like everyone else, I was stunned by her beauty, but I also felt a sense of familiarity. Some ambitious freshmen openly declared that they would pursue the campus beauty, hoping to make her blush and fall for them. The upperclassmen looked on with disdain. In their eyes, Luna was the purest, most sacred goddess. They were content just to have her stand there. No one dared to pursue her. Hello, everyone. I'm Luna Blackwood from the finance department. As a representative, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all new students and faculty, she said. Hearing her name, I was shocked, standing there in a daze. I never imagined that my junior high school senior, Luna, would also be at East University. After the freshman ceremony, I quickly fled back to my dorm, afraid of being discovered by her. In the following days, I often heard people talking about Luna. They said she was pure, clean, and flawless, like a precious jade, unattainable. I sneered inwardly. That woman was definitely not as simple as she seemed. One day, some campus part-time job flyers caught my attention. My family was poor. My parents were divorced, and only my grandmother took me in. To ease the financial burden on her, I decided to work part-time. After an interview with a personnel officer, 3 people were hired, and I was one of them. I still suffered from severe social anxiety and couldn't express myself well, but luckily, my technical skills were good enough. The interviewer also said that the female boss would come to see me later. I nodded and sat on a chair, feeling a bit of anticipation. After a while, a girl walked in. She was wearing a white fleece coat and had a smile on her face. It was Luna. How could it be such a coincidence? I stood up immediately, looking stunned. The other male students who had also come for the interview were instantly excited. Luna had a faint smile, like a flower about to bloom. Every move she made enchanted them. Now, she really seemed elegant, noble, mature, and sensible. I had no idea that Luna Blackwood of the finance department, besides being the most dazzling campus beauty, was also a successful campus entrepreneur and celebrity. The place I had come to was one of her studios. It had been several years since I last saw her, and she had become even more beautiful. With shoulder-length hair, a delicate face, and a well-developed figure, she had transformed from a petite girl to a curvy woman. A large bow in her hair enhanced her pure and innocent aura. Facing her, I instinctively felt a bit nervous. After the chat, she dismissed the others, but left me alone in the living room and locked the door. I immediately sensed something was wrong and tried to run away, but Luna stopped me. The corners of her mouth curved up, and she threw herself into my arms. Little brother, long time no see. After all these years, you didn't miss your big sister? Her large breasts pressed against me, making my head spin. Are you using your body as a weapon? Do you think I'll give in just because you've changed? Oh, what do you mean by changed? I'm in great shape. It's been so long, and you're still so naughty. I can't wait any longer. I've missed you so much, she said. Luna reached out her hands, trying to grab my face. I grabbed her hands in retaliation, but I never expected her to be so strong. A sly smile spread across her face. Little brother, you're still no match for me. She grabbed my face and kissed me forcefully. It wasn't really a kiss. It was more like she was biting me. What pure and innocent. You're crazy. I pushed her away, but she kept attacking me like a wild animal. The more I resisted, the more aggressive she became. I could only slump on the sofa and let her have her way. When we were both out of breath, Luna smacked her lips, stood up satisfied, with a slightly flushed face, looking as if she still wanted more. In the end, I was forced to work for her. She offered me a monthly salary of 10,000 yuan, but I also had to be at her beck and call for an hour every day. I had no choice but to agree. During the encounter, she had even taken a photo that could be easily misinterpreted to threaten me. I was trapped. If I disobeyed her, I would be ruined. She was just as domineering and unreasonable as before. After leaving the living room, I saw my colleagues excitedly discussing their salaries and benefits. They said they worked 5 hours a day and earned 4,000 yuan a month. I didn't know what to say. My job, for Luna, paid twice as much as theirs. At that moment, my colleagues looked at me with envy. They all said I was lucky to have the chance to talk to the campus beauty alone. They were also confused and asked why there were several red bite marks on my white shirt and clear teeth marks on my neck. Just thinking about it made me angry. It was that crazy woman who had bitten me. In the room? Are you talking about Luna? Bro, you can fantasize, but don't drag our goddess into it. Those boys laughed. Yeah, are you daydreaming? How dare you slander our East University campus beauty? It's unbelievable. I thought we could get along, but I didn't expect you to be a liar. I couldn't defend myself. In their eyes, Luna had become a deity, and it was impossible to explain the truth. Back in the dorm, I received a message from Luna, telling me to be in her office on time the next day. I knew I was about to be under her control again, which inevitably made me recall the dark days in the past. In junior high, I was an unremarkable boy in the class. I was socially awkward, had poor grades, ordinary looks, and came from a broken family. I was also confused about love, but full of yearning. I often fantasized about finding a sexy college senior wearing black silk or a knowledgeable, mature female teacher to be my life mentor. At school, the goddess I most admired was a third-year senior, 2 years older than me, named Luna Blackwood. Back then, she was graceful and slender, had excellent grades, and dressed beautifully. She made countless junior high students dream of her. One summer, during a heavy rainstorm, I saw Luna sitting on a swing in a shabby park, getting soaked. I mustered up my courage, organized my thoughts, and ran over, splashing through the puddles, and held my umbrella over her. Who are you? Luna's eyes were dull, like stagnant water, empty and lifeless. She was wearing a shirt and a long skirt, both soaking wet. With the rain pouring down around us, I had never had the chance to talk to an older student like this before. I immediately became nervous and stammered. She was like a pampered cat drenched by the rain, while I was like a rat crawling out of a sewer. I'm from the first year. Here's the umbrella, I said, thrusting the umbrella at her and then running away dejectedly in the rain. The words I had rehearsed in my mind were never said. I was too nervous. I was ordinary and had poor grades. How could I ever be worthy of such an unattainable girl? But the next day, she came to find me. Her words shocked me. Little boy, how about being my boyfriend? You look so cute. I mean, you seem very kind. I like kind boys. My face turned red, and I stood there, not knowing what to do. I could only nod in agreement. The days that followed were like a dream. Every day after school, I would secretly meet with her. I was always timid around her, so she was always the one taking the initiative. We held hands, hugged, and kissed, and she even pushed the boundaries of our relationship. Sometimes, to be with her, I would stay out late, not afraid of getting beaten by my drunk father. Luna often seemed very mature around me, but sometimes she would also look very sad. Listen, when you grow up, if I'm ever in danger, you have to come and save me. And if I ever do something wrong to you, you have to forgive me, she said. I was puzzled and asked why she would be in danger and why she would do something wrong. Luna smiled faintly and pinched my cheeks. Every girl wants to be in a dangerous situation and be saved by a hero, right? And I'm not perfect. It's normal for me to make mistakes. Hurry up, do you agree? I scratched my head, still confused, but I nodded. She often told me that when I grew up, she would marry me. She said we would travel the world and that our future children would be smarter and more energetic than others. I had never heard such sweet words before, and I believed every word. I thought they were our unbreakable vows. To be worthy of her and protect her, I started to study harder, staying up late to study. My grades went from average to the top of the class. However, one day in the city center, I saw something that shattered my heart. I saw Luna walking with a handsome and refined man. They were holding hands, chatting, and laughing, and then they got into the same car and hugged inside. This scene made me feel cold all over. My beautiful dream was destroyed. The thought of her hands in someone else's, of her lips being kissed by another, made me feel heartbroken and jealous. And worse, as an ordinary junior high student, I thought it was possible that she had been with other men. From that day on, I was heartbroken. Whenever I saw her, I couldn't control my anger. I began to hate her for being so heartless. When she tried to hold my hand, I would move it away. When she wanted to kiss me, I would turn my head. Seeing my cold and indifferent attitude, Luna became angry. She grabbed my face and bit me hard. I could feel my lip being bitten open, and the taste of blood filled my mouth. I was intimidated by her aggression and stood there, stunned. Luna's lips were also covered in blood, and she said harshly, "Why are you looking at me like that? If you do that again, I won't be so nice." Even so, I still resisted her. I knew she didn't love me. She just saw me as a toy. Her actions were so impolite. Even when we met by accident outside, she would drag me to a deserted alley and mess up our clothes. "Little boy, I'm telling you, you can't like other girls in the future. Your first kiss was mine, and everything about you is mine. After you graduate, you must go to the high school I went to, otherwise, I'll break your legs." Once, when I started to get close to a pretty girl in my class, Luna slapped me in the face and hysterically warned me not to approach other girls. From then on, I didn't dare to talk to other girls. Finally, after she graduated from junior high, I was free from her grasp. I immediately applied to a high school in another city, determined to have no more contact with her. I also didn't try to find a new girlfriend, partly because I was still socially awkward and partly because I decided to focus on my studies and get into a good university. Unexpectedly, I would run into her again in college. The freshman military training began. I put on the military uniform and trained with the others. It had been a while since the semester started, and many of my classmates had found girlfriends. During breaks, many girls would come and give the boys water. I was envious of this simple and beautiful romance. My roommate, Chin-shi, still had his eyes on the campus beauty. Otherwise, with his good looks and wealth, he could easily find a girlfriend. After running 1,000 meters with the group, my throat was burning. At this moment, there was a commotion in the other classes. It's the campus beauty. Luna Blackwood from the East University's finance department is here. She actually came to see the freshman military training. Could she have taken a liking to someone? She's so beautiful. I couldn't see her clearly from the square before, but up close, she's even more stunning. Hearing that Luna was coming, my heart sank. I thought she was going to humiliate me in front of everyone. I saw her walk directly to our class's formation, smiling and handing me a bottle of mineral water. "Alex, are you thirsty? Drink some water." The scene went silent. I took the water, opened the cap, and took a few sips. Then, without thinking, I handed the bottle back to her. Chun-Che, my roommate and a rich second generation, was shocked. He had previously declared that he would make Luna his girl. He couldn't believe that I was the one she gave water to. "Alex, why is my goddess giving you water, and you're acting so casually? It makes me so angry. Look at yourself. You have no self-awareness. You're not worthy." The other boys around also started to complain, making me seem like the bad guy who had upset the gentle and kind campus beauty. I was at a loss, so I took the water from Luna's hand and drank it quickly. During this time, I noticed a playful look on her face. "Alex, see you next time. I'll bring you water again. If you want something else, just call me." After Luna left, Chun-Che grabbed my collar and questioned me. No matter how I explained, they all thought I had a special relationship with Luna. And it was true. I was more like her slave, and she was my master. You don't belong with her at East University. You don't even have the right to be near her. No money, no looks. "Alex, if you keep in touch with the campus beauty, we'll take action." I had unknowingly made everyone angry. That night, the top post on the campus forum was about the incident of Luna giving me water. The campus beauty actually gave a boy water, and he's just an ordinary freshman. Looking through the comments, most of them were scolding me, but no one was scolding Luna. It was true that an ordinary person having something precious would attract trouble. Just like the day before, Luna came to me during the break, looking like a small bird snuggling up to me. I received a lot of angry looks from the other boys. Some even came up to me and asked what Luna smelled like. I answered truthfully, her feet stink. But they didn't believe me at all. They insisted that her legs, under the white silk, were fragrant enough to make tea with. They had no idea how it felt when Luna once shoved her feet in my face. After finishing my part-time job one day, I decided to follow Luna's movements. When night fell, I saw her being led into a luxurious Ferrari by a young man, and she sat in the passenger seat. They were very intimate inside the car. I was furious. Was this the pure and innocent school beauty everyone thought she was? She still treated me like a plaything. The next day, Luna called me to the student council office. She pressed me against the wall and stared into my eyes as if she was looking for something. I stared back coldly. Hey, little brother, how about staying by my side forever? When you gave me that umbrella, your eyes weren't so cold. I want to see that look again, that look of dependence and longing. I love that look. I thought it was ridiculous. After all this time, she was still talking about liking me. Who knew how many other men she had been with? Did she really want to play with me until the end? Suddenly, footsteps came from outside the door. Luna moved a few steps and leaned against the wall, taking my hand and creating a scene where it looked like I was pinning her against the wall. When the door opened, the students who came in were stunned. Luna looked at them and said in a sweet voice, "Alex, there are a lot of people here." Not now. Seeing her fake expression, I was angry. "Luna, you're still trying to play me." I was so angry that I pulled my hand away and slapped her. The slap was loud. Luna was shocked, and the other students looked at me in horror. Slapping the pure goddess of East University was unthinkable. But I saw the corners of Luna's mouth turn up slightly, as if she was happy. The students came to stop me and demanded an explanation, wanting me to kneel and apologize to Luna. But Luna stepped in and mediated, and I was able to leave the office unharmed. That night, rumors spread around the campus. People said I was a violent man. Some female students would stay 10 meters away from me when they saw me, as if I was a dangerous animal. Even more absurdly, they said I had something on Luna, which was why she couldn't resist me. In short, my reputation was ruined, and I became the target of everyone's dislike. Even the instructors heard the rumors and were unhappy with me, finding excuses to make me run several thousand meters. One day, after training was dismissed, as I dragged my tired body back to the dormitory, several tall boys blocked my path like a wall. They told me to stay away from Luna or face the consequences. After saying that, they beat me up badly. Their punches were fierce, and I lost a tooth, with my right leg suffering a minor fracture. They knew how to control their strength, avoiding my vital spots, but the pain was excruciating. That night, I was beaten unconscious and sent to the infirmary. Since my injuries weren't life-threatening, the upperclassmen who attacked me only received a warning. According to the doctor, I needed 3 or 4 days of rest to recover. The next morning, Luna visited me early, carrying a large bag of fruit. When she saw me, she stared for a long while, her expression a mix of worry and seriousness. "No one told me you were beaten last night." My anger flared. "What do you think caused this?" "It's all because of you. I suspect you sent them to teach me a lesson just because I slapped you. How could you be so cruel?" My words seemed to shock Luna. She stood there, frozen, as if unable to process what I'd said. "Did you see something? But you need to know, the only one I've ever loved is you." "What a joke," I retorted. Memories of Luna with other men flashed through my mind. "You're a liar, a manipulator. You tricked me when I was young and naive, and now I won't fall for your sweet talk again. Luna, stop lying to me. Stay away and leave me alone." Luna clenched her fists, her eyes welling up with tears, but her gaze soon turned cold. She sat beside me, took out an apple and a fruit knife from the bag. The glint of the knife made me nervous, fearing she might do something drastic. However, she started peeling the apple. After finishing, she cut a slice and tried to feed it to me, but I tightly shut my mouth, refusing her offer. After a moment of juncture, she shouted, "Eat it. Why won't you? You're the one pushing me to this." She reached over, trying to pry my mouth open. The sterile smell of the hospital filled my nostrils, but then a faint, familiar fragrance from her body reached me. Eventually, I gave in and ate the apple. During my hospital stay, she visited every day, repeating the routine of peeling apples. She barely spoke, but there was a new softness in her demeanor, reminiscent of the early days of our relationship, without the usual forcefulness. When I was discharged, I learned that the 3 boys who had beaten me were expelled from school. Later, I discovered that Luna had taken matters into her own hands. She'd hired security guards, cornered the perpetrators, and mercilessly kicked them with her high heels. "How dare you touch him? You deserve to suffer." Her face contorted with rage. She even grabbed a baseball bat and struck them repeatedly. "In this world, only I can be rough with him. You have no right." The attack was so brutal that it not only physically injured the boys, but also left them emotionally scarred, shattering their image of Luna as a pure goddess. After the incident, Luna announced on the campus network that I was her boyfriend. The news devastated countless male students who had been hoping to win her heart. My personal information was exposed, and I was bombarded with harassing messages. Everywhere I went on campus, I was met with judgmental stares. One day, Luna insisted we go for a walk. As we left the school gate, a Porsche pulled up. The window rolled down, and Chun-Che gave me a disdainful look before turning to Luna with a syrupy smile. "Campus beauty, Luna, would you do me the honor of having dinner with me?" Luna glanced at me, then replied calmly, "Sorry, I've already made plans with Alex. I can't break my word." "Then, how about tomorrow?" "Tomorrow I'll be with Alex too." "And the day after?" "Still with Alex." Chun-Che's face darkened. "Alex, you good for nothing. You'll pay for this." I stood there, dumbfounded. What does this have to do with me? "If you have a problem, take it up with Luna." Suddenly, Luna grabbed my hand, pressed a car key into it, and pointed to a luxurious Bentley Flying Spur parked nearby. With Luna by my side, I walked to the car, and under Chun-Che's astonished gaze, we drove away. In the car, Luna said, "Little brother, you don't need to work part-time anymore. If you need money, just ask. Since you're mine, everything I have is yours." I scoffed, "Sounds nice. Then transfer $1 million to my bank account right now. If you can't, stop talking nonsense." To my surprise, moments later, I received a notification that my account had indeed been credited with $1 million. Our relationship took an unexpected turn. We went on dates that felt like those of an ordinary couple. At an outdoor milk tea shop, we shared a single drink, our faces almost touching as we sipped through the straws. On another occasion, she dragged me into a toy store and made me ride a rocking horse, and she joined me, not caring about the strange looks from onlookers. With the money, I sent half to my grandmother and used the rest to improve my life. I bought new clothes, gadgets, and got a stylish haircut. Gradually, some of the students' attitudes towards me changed. However, during a political science class, a tall, handsome man in an expensive designer suit approached me. My blood boiled when I recognized him. It was Lee Yunmu, the man I'd seen with Luna years ago. "There's been a lot of talk about you and Luna lately. I want you to know that she's my fiancée. Due to some circumstances, we haven't made our relationship public yet, but I'll marry her as soon as she graduates." After dropping this bombshell, he left. Soon, vicious rumors about me spread across the campus network, ruining my reputation completely. I was falsely accused of all sorts of heinous acts. My life at university became unbearable. Items went missing from my dorm, and my roommates avoided answering my questions. In class, no one wanted to sit near me. I felt like an outcast. Luna seemed to disappear during this difficult time. I decided to drop out of university. I contacted the counselor, but she initially ignored me. It wasn't until I confronted her in person that she reluctantly approved my withdrawal. Before leaving, Luna asked me for one last date. I agreed, curious to see her reaction. We spent the afternoon together, watched a late-night movie, and then went to her off-campus apartment. After showering, she sat on the sofa, wrapped in a towel, smoking one cigarette after another. She poured us both glasses of expensive red wine, and we got drunk. In our drunken state, emotions spilled over. I accused her of using me, of being with other men, and of ruining my life. She remained silent, and in a fit of anger, I grabbed her. But as our eyes met, something changed. One thing led to another, and we ended up sleeping together. The next morning, I woke up to find Luna had prepared tea for me. I felt a warmth I hadn't experienced in a long time. But soon, I felt extremely drowsy and fell back asleep. When I woke up again, it was dark, and I found myself tied to the bed. Luna walked in, looking satisfied. "Little brother, now we can be together forever. Why can't you understand my love for you? I just want you by my side." I struggled, but it was useless. Day after day, she took care of my basic needs, but also kept me captive. My mind started to numb from the endless cycle. Then, one day, Luna showed me a pregnancy test. "We're having a baby," she exclaimed, her eyes wild with a mix of joy and madness. I finally understood the depth of her love, but also the complexity of her situation. She was trapped by a family, arranged marriage that was crucial for business. Her pregnancy would destroy the marriage plans and bring down her family's company. I learned about Luna's difficult past. She had been strictly controlled by her parents since childhood, forced to meet their high standards in every aspect of life. Our relationship in junior high had led to her being punished severely, which had only fueled her determination to break free. In the end, Luna disappeared. Her family searched for her desperately, as she was an important part of their business plans. Half a year later, internal information about the Sue family's company was leaked, causing it to face numerous lawsuits and collapse. Luna's parents, who were partly responsible, went bankrupt and committed suicide. Lee Yunmu also died in a mysterious car accident. One day, while walking my dog in a small town, I saw a familiar figure. It was Luna, wearing a white dress and a sun hat. Her belly was slightly rounded. "Little brother, long time no see," she said. I smiled and teased, "Long time no see. You've put on some weight." She pouted and playfully pinched me. "Just laugh. This time it's real." The dog barked, and Luna gave it a light kick. "Where did this mutt come from?" "Scram." The dog whimpered and ran away. "You're still so mean," I said, shaking my head. We had dinner at a local restaurant. The conversation was sparse, but the atmosphere was comfortable. After the meal, Luna's expression turned serious. "Alex, I know I'm a terrible person. I indirectly caused my parents' deaths and hurt many others. Now I have nothing. Will you help me?" Looking at her vulnerable expression, I draped my coat over her shoulders. "Don't say that. Come home with me." In the distance, someone exclaimed, "Look, isn't that the East University campus beauty? The pure goddess Luna." As the summer breeze blew gently, we walked hand in hand through the fields. The golden rice swayed like waves, and Luna held onto her hat to keep it from flying away. "Let's head back. The baby might be awake and hungry, crying for mom," I said. Luna gave me a playful glare. "Raising a child is such a hassle, but with you here, I guess I can manage." We continued our walk, bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun, finally at peace with each other and our shared past.